हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू साइंस सर्फर्स। आज हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं पार्ट 2 ऑफ चैप्टर माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर फ्रेंड्स और फोस। नाउ व्हाई वी कॉल them as foes? In the first part of this video, we discussed that microorganisms are friendly to us in different ways. That is why we call them our friends. But they may cause certain harmful effects on plants, animals, human beings, etc. That is why we call them as foes. Foes means enemies, right? The very first reason they are known as foes is disease. They cause many diseases. We are well familiar with the disease. Because of that, we are having this online classes because of that corona disease. So this is caused by virus that we discussed in first video also. Then disease causing organisms are known as pathogens. These pathogens enter in the body and release certain harmful chemicals known as toxins, right? So these toxins, they cause harmful effects on body of the organism. Then they cause spoilage of food. हमारे food को भी spoil करते हैं, right? If food is left uncovered or it is lying outside the refrigerator, it gets spoiled because microorganisms enter that food. Some microorganisms grow on leather and clothes and spoil them. Bacteria also grow on food particles that is left between our teeth. After every meal, we should rinse our mouth. Why it is said so? Because the food particles that are stick to our teeth are decomposed by these bacteria, and to decompose them, these bacteria release acids, and because of this released acid, our teeth develop cavities. So this is another harmful effects of them. Some microorganisms growing in water bodies, they consume oxygen of the water bodies and cause a deficiency of oxygen in the water body for plants and animals growing in that water body. So these are few of the effects for which we call them as our foes. So microorganisms are our friend as well as our enemies. Microorganisms cause many diseases in plants, animals as well as human beings. So the disease caused by them are known as communicable disease. Now this communicable means the diseases which can spread from one to another. एक से दूसरे में फैल सकती है. हम कोरोना वायरस कोविड-19 की बात करते हैं. इट इज़ हाईली इन्फेक्शियस डिसीज और इन्फेक्शन ही है जो हम लोग अवॉइड करना चाहते हैं बाय वेयरिंग मास्क, by keeping social distancing, by washing our hands, right? So these are the diseases which spread from one to another, maybe by the air, water, food, contact, direct or indirect contact, etc. Right? And there are many diseases which are spreading from one healthy person to sick person by the bite of mosquito, like malaria, dengue, right? Rat flea causes plagues. We know rabies, okay? That is spreading through bite of dog and all. And certain diseases which are not caused by these germs, they are known as non-communicable and they do not spread from one to another, right? We have got many type of diseases with their causal organism, like bacteria cause tuberculosis, diphtheria, cholera, etc. Virus, common cold, influenza, mumps, polio, fungi, ringworm, athlete's foot, protozoans. So these are different categories of microorganisms that we have already discussed in the beginning. They cause different type of diseases in plants, in animals as well as in human beings, right? And the mode of transmission is also there, like air. Air transmit different diseases like ट्यूबरक्लोसिस, कॉमन कोल्ड, इन्फ्लुएंजा, और अब हर तरह की डिसीज में कम्युनिकेबल में कोविड-19 इज अनदर नेम दैट वी ऑल नो. वाटर, टाइफाइड, मीबिक डिसेंट्री, कॉलरा. Then soil, We know whenever we are playing in the ground and we get hurt, some injuries are caused to us, then immediately we go to doctor and doctor give us an injection as a vaccination for the tetanus, right? Then some animals like dogs, rabid dog, cat, monkeys, etc., their bite cause rabies, and mosquito insects bite cause malaria. So these are few of the modes of transmission. The disease is spread through air, water, contaminated food, soil, or some living organism like plant, animals, insects, etc., known as carrier. So they pass the disease causing germs from a healthy sick person to the healthy person. See, this is coughing and sneezing, right? We see COVID-19 is displayed by this type of infection कि वो कैसे फैलता है. Dog bite, mosquito bite, they lead to many type of diseases, right? Then we have got, this is the how can we prevent. See, diseases make our body weak, right? We lose our appetite, we are bedridden for some time, our day-to-day activities get infected, and some diseases like COVID-19 has no cure. तो जब हमारी डिसीजेज इतना प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करती हैं तो व्हाट इज द बेस्ट वे. अब कोरोना के आपको सबको पता है कोविड-19 की मेडिसिन अवेलेबल नहीं है, तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? वी आर ओनली अवॉइडिंग इट बाय अवॉइडिंग कॉन्टैक्ट, social distancing, washing hands, etc. So therefore we have many methods to prevent the spread of disease. One of them is vaccination. आपने पोलियो ड्रॉप्स सब बच्चों ने ली हुई हैं. Why these polio drops are given? These are given to generate immunity of our body against tuberculosis, polio, mumps, tetanus, etc. राइट हम बार बार सुनते हैं टीवी में कोविड-19 की वैक्सीन इस कंट्री ने डेवलप कर ली, इसने कर ली. सो दीज आर दी vaccines, are dead form of germs that are introduced in body to develop immunity. Then we can use the mosquito nets, mosquito repellent, etc. to avoid the disease of malaria and dengue. Proper disposal of waste and disinfected water because it spreads cholera. Good personal hygiene है तो हम skin diseases से बच सकते हैं like ringworm, apis foods, etc. So there are different methods to prevent डिसीजेस, राइट. एनिमल में डिफरेंट टाइप के डिसीज भी हैं जो कोज करते हैं डिफरेंट हमारे यही पैथोजेंस. एंथ्रेक्स कॉज बाय बैक्टीरिया, ट्यूबरक्लोसिस, फूट एंड माउथ डिसीज, रेबीज, कैनाइन डिस्टेम्पर एटसेट्रा आर कॉज्ड बाय वायरस. रिंगवर्म, एस्परजिलस कॉज्ड बाय फंगाई, and they are caused in cattle is cow, buffaloes, etc. Poultry, birds, hen, chicks, etc. Then they have dogs, monkeys, etc. So these diseases are known as communicable because they are caused by germs or microorganisms. Similarly, we have certain diseases which are caused in plants as well. ये देखिए plants में अब आजकल हमारे घरों में लेमन आते हैं, right? We have got citrus fruit like orange, किनू, मौसमी, lemon. तो उनकी skin जो है वो इतनी clear नहीं होती. They have got these orange patches we see around them because of citrus canker. That is, citrus canker is a disease causing citrus fruit, खट्टे juicy fruits में because of one bacteria. This is the rust of wheat. Wheat के देखो leaves में कैसा rusty patches हो गए हैं because of a fungus, right? Similarly, in the smut of rice, it is another disease caused in rice plants by the effect of certain fungus. तो ये हमारे कुछ symptoms की form में this all tables are given in your book. Then we have got, this is the total disease list in plants. Virus, bacteria, fungus, etc. They are causing different diseases along with their symptoms, right? Like virus, say tobacco mosaic virus, appearance of uneven spots, discoloration on the leaves. Then citrus canker में lesion on the leaves, stem and fruit with raised brown waters of margins. Rust of wheat show rust colored orange patches on the leaves. Smut of rice, rice balls में जो smut हैं उनके they balls in the grains and become greenish black. Burst and infection that goes to other grains also. Red rot of sugarcane white होता है, sometime in between it comes as orange reddish color, so that is known as red rot of sugarcane. dull red color हो जाएगा उसके अंदर. Then late blight of potato, watery rot of leaves, brown lesions on the leaves. So these are few diseases caused in plants by certain microorganisms. A very harmful effects on us is the food poisoning. Human beings may consume sometime a food that is containing microorganisms. तो उनकी वजह से हम जो food खाएंगे, that food will act as a poison and make harmful effects, right? So that is why this condition is known as food poisoning, means poisoning caused by eating some contaminated food. अब उस समय होगा क्या? How do we know that we are suffering from food poisoning? We will have vomiting, nausea, swear pain in the abdominal region, diarrhea, dehydration, etc. We feel weak, we get tired easily, and damage to nervous system also take place. तो इसके causative organism है, देखिए, बैक्टीरिया एंड फंगाई. बैक्टीरिया में क्लोस्ट्रीडियम एंड स्टेफाइलोकोकस, एंड फंगाई में है एस्परजिलस. दे कॉज दिस थिंग, फूड पॉइजनिंग. और फूड पॉइजनिंग से बचने के लिए हमें करना क्या है? वी हैव टू कीप द फूड इन, वी शुड स्टोर द फूड इन वेल clean covered containers and keep the food in refrigerator for some time, right? That may avoid the food poisoning as well. We should keep personal hygiene also, washing hands while cooking, serving and eating food. Okay? Then food may get contaminated and cause certain diseases, right, known as food poisoning. So can we preserve our food from spoilage? Yes, that process is known as food preservation. To avoid spoiling of food by different method is known as food preservation. हमारे पास food preservation के process में हम लोग food को ट्रीट करते हैं, हैंडल करते हैं केयरफुली, जिसकी वजह से स्लो डाउन हो जाती है बैक्टीरिया और उसके अंदर जो भी जर्म्स हैं उनकी ग्रोथ रेट, right? So it also prevents the growth of microorganism as well as retard the oxidation of fats. Generally जो oily things हैं, they get oxidized by the action of air on them, and because of that it gets bad odor. Odor means smell bad हो जाएगी और उसका taste भी बहुत बेकार हो जाएगा. So these some of the reasons we need to preserve our food, and there are different methods to preserve food. That is, very one first is the drying or using salt and sugar. We know हम लोग अपने wheat, rice, grains सबको dry करके ही store करते हैं. These are spices, they are stored in drying. They like these banana chips and all, they are also sun dried, right? Then we have got other method using salt and sugar. In jam, jellies, pickles, etc. we use more amount of salt and sugar because they also prevent the spoilage of food. Then we have got chemical preservative like sodium benzoate and potassium metabisulfite. These are two chemical preservatives which is known as KMS, potassium metabisulfite and sodium benzoate. These are some of the chemicals preservative which preserve the food for longer time. जो मार्केट से हमारी जितने भी प्रिजर्व फूड आते हैं उनमें यही chemical preservatives यूज होते हैं. So that is why we should avoid eating packed foods like canned, tinned, etc. Clear? Then we have got another method in the form of pre-freezing. फ्रिज में रेफ्रिजरेशन रख के एट लो टेम्परेचर पर केमिकल एक्शंस और बैक्टीरियल ग्रोथ स्लो डाउन हो जाती है. सो दिस इज अ वेरी गुड मेथड टू प्रिजर्व फूड. देन वी हैव अ स्पेशल मेथड टू प्रिजर्व मिल्क only, that is pasteurization, right? What is pasteurization? Pasteurization means pressurized heating. हम हाई प्रेशर एंड टेम्परेचर पर 100 डिग्री सी के आसपास मिल्क को हम लोग कंटिन्यूसली बॉईल करते हैं. देन वी कूल देम. और बॉइलिंग और कूलिंग से जो है हमारे इसके अंदर जितने भी एंजाइम्स हैं वो डीएक्टिवेट हो जाते हैं और हमारा फूड जो है वो स्पॉइल होने से बच जाता है, राइट? और इसी के साथ हमारे पास आप देख सकते हैं आपके घर में मिल्क बॉटल्स और मिल्क पैकेट्स आते होंगे, दे मे हैव दिस लोगो एज pasteurized milk. तो pasteurized means it is packed by the method of pasteurization to avoid growth of bacteria and all. Right. Then we have got vacuum packing. Dry fruits, nuts, etc. They contain a large amount of oil in them, which get rancid by the action of air. एयर में से ऑक्सीजन इनमें ऑयल कंटेंट जो है उनके साथ रिएक्ट होती है एंड इट फॉर्म्स द बैड टेस्ट एंड स्मेल. तो इसको अवॉइड करने के लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं, व्हेन वी पैक दिस थिंग्स वी रिमूव टोटल एयर फ्रॉम द पैकेट. दैट मेथड इज नोन एज वैक्यूम पैकिंग. वैक्यूम पैकिंग मीन्स टू रिमूव एयर completely from that. There is different method of preserving food by known as canning. Canning is done to store food in cans. Cans are airtight. Before packing into these cans, they are sterilized, boiled to kill the germs. Sometimes the can or the jars, they get damaged and show some puffing, enlargement, फूल से जाते हैं वो, right? So this means, that means some उसके अंदर अब spoilage start हो गई है food की. We should not consume those food, right? Similarly, we have got certain method where we avoid the spoilage of food by heating, right? और cold treat में फ्रिज में रखना. अब दूध आता है डेली, हम उसको बॉईल करते हैं. समटाइम वी डिसइंफेक्ट वाटर बाय बॉइलिंग. ये एक मेथड है वाटर को क्लीन करने का भी, बाय बॉइलिंग. क्योंकि बॉइलिंग से क्या होगा, जो जर्म्स हैं दे गेट किल्ड. हम हाई टेम्परेचर पे इसको कंटिन्यूसली फॉर सम टाइम वी बॉइल दैट थिंग एंड द जर्म्स गेट किल्ड देयर. वी हैव गॉट अ कंप्लीट टेबल to see how the method of preservation work. Like drying, by method of drying we remove or reduce the water content which delays the growth of microbes. उससे वेट भी कम हो जाता है और मोर पोर्टेबल बन जाते हैं, जैसे फ्रूट से. देन वी सॉल्ट एंड शुगर से हमारा वाटर कंटेंट कम होगा और हमारे ग्रोथ की बैक्टीरिया भी नहीं, ग्रोथ ऑफ माइक्रोब्स भी नहीं होगा. लाइक मीट, फिश, जैम, जेलीज. फिर एसिटिक एसिड इज यूज्ड एज अ प्रिजर्वेटिव इन पिकल्स, राइट? ये भी एक केमिकल है और इसमें भी माइक्रोब्स की ग्रोथ नहीं हो पाएगी. सो देयर आर डिफरेंट मेथड विच आर वर्किंग टू प्रिजर्व फूड, राइट? थैंक यू.